what's up, my brother? Today, we're gonna talk about the old EX units that need a buff ASAP. And later in this video, my brother, I'm gonna share my prediction for the next buffed unit. So, enough yapping, let's start buffing. Alright, this list is not in particular order, okay? Number 1 on my list is Blue Attacker Hybrid Yamato. She's one of my favorite EX in OPBR, but sadly, I don't have this unit. But I think we need a buff on her. She is a good and decent attacker, but in the current state of OPBR's characters, she is nowhere close to the new attacker's traits. Yeah, she have frostbite and shield, but I don't think it's enough for her, but she definitely needs a buff though, 10p. Number 2 on my list is Red Defender Big Mom. She's a very good unit in my opinion. In the Gear 5 meta days, Red Defender Big Mom is one of the Gear 5's counter, and I love this unit so bad. But again, sadly, I don't have this EX. Her skills is so good and satisfying when you hit the enemy, so giving her some buffs and make her playable in League will be good. So please, Tanape, buff her now though. Number 3 on my list is Kid and Law. This unit is fun to use, but in the current meta, it's not that fun though, you know. You'll get clapped left and right. Even though you can dodge everything, his weakness is status effect, and there is still a lot of Kuzan out there. And of course, Garp, Kizaru will just melt this guy, but Kid and Law definitely needs a buff though, 10p. Number 4 on my list is EX Oden. He deserves it, 10p. What you doing? Even the light element Oden is better than this EX Oden. Like, why? Does 10p hate Oden at some point? The EX Oden is quite tanky, and that's good for a runner. So giving him attack or heal, well, even shield is good for him. So I hope. Number 5 on my list is Blue Attacker Luffy. He also deserves a buff, but don't get me wrong, if you are really good at this Blue Attacker Luffy, he can cook in League though. But it's quite hard because this Luffy is a glass cannon. Yeah, he hits hard, but his trait is not enough to compete against Garp and other attackers. So definitely needs a buff. Number 6 on my list is Z. Yo, Z is one of my favorite character in One Piece. He's so good though. Well, he still hits hard right now, but yeah, just like Blue Attacker Luffy, it will be hard for Z to compete in the current meta. So please, Tanape, give him a push though. Come on. Number 7 on my list is Zoro. Yeah, you heard me. Onigashima Zoro. I still think he needs a buff. I would say he is still fun in the current meta and still usable, but the difficulty is hard. A slight improvement on his status effect will be good, but I don't think that's gonna happen though. Or just take out his stagger effect, might still be good. Also, giving him shield will be okay, but the 80% reduction of, or status effect reduction, is too OP for him. So I don't think that's gonna happen. But he's 10p's favorite, so he might give him that though. Number 8 on my list is Gear 5. Yeah, I still think we need a buff. If they will not give us Gear 5 V2, then Gear 5 buff is needed. If we're gonna take a look at the anime right now, Kizaru's counter is Gear 5, but the skill that Gear 5 used in the anime is not really that good compared to Bajrangan. So I can't imagine a Gear 5 V2 without a Bajrang. So I think it's better to buff or get a rework for Gear 5. Like, give him 4 skills, add up those skills that he used when he's fighting Kizaru. That would be amazing though, Tanape. So that's my list, my brother. Let me know in the comments what are your list for the next buff units in OPBR. Alright, so what is my prediction? Who is the next EX? It might be Blue Attacker Luffy and some Bounty Fest unit. I'm not really sure about the Bounty Fest unit, but I have a feeling it's Blue Element and it might be Blue Attacker Doffy. So I'm not really sure, but I hope it's them though. The second one might be EX Oden. Well, if not EX Oden, then Tanapi, there's some problems with you though. Cause in my opinion, EX Oden, he deserves it. Like for real, he deserves to be in the spotlight. He deserves to be usable. Not just, don't get me wrong, okay? Not just EX Oden, but every old EX should be usable in the current meta. Like, for real. What is Tanapi thinking though? Like we can't even use other EX in the current meta right now. It's only Kizaru, Garp, and whatsoever. But if you have Kizaru, you will just win. I think we need all the EX to be playable in the current meta. So if it's not EX Oden, I think it's Z. Yeah, they are like all these EX that should be playable in the current meta. So they definitely need a buff, and this is the right time for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are green units, and yeah, they might buff a red one. So if it's a red unit, it might be Defender Big Mom, in my opinion. So Blue Attacker Luffy and red Defender Big Mom. That will be perfect though. Well, that's just my prediction. What is your prediction, my brother? Well, let me know in the comments. Alright, so that's it for this video. You know the drill. Stay salty, stay awesome, and salty rock. Now signing off.
足引っ張りやがったら承知しねえぞ。行くぞ野郎ども。ここは俺の縄張りにする。邪魔だなおい。笑わせやがる。命を捨ててついてこい。ワンピースバウンティーラッシュ。グララ